Hello, friends, 88 subscribers, and fellow survivors of narcissistic abuse. Welcome back to Diary of a Narcissist's Ex-Wife. My name is Meredith, and these are my true stories, thoughts, and opinions. So I was watching something on YouTube that got me to thinking about, how is Prince Harry feeling right now? And so I wanted to tell you how I think he's feeling from the viewpoint of a survivor of narcissistic abuse, because in my opinion, Meghan is a narcissist and Harry is her victim. He is caught in a narcissistic relationship. So right now, what I think Harry is feeling is just mass confusion. He doesn't know what's going on, okay? If you go back to 4 years ago in his life, 2016, before he met Meghan, he was hanging out with Will and Kate. He was playing polo. He was doing his charities. He was running the Invictus games. He was having a great time. He was always smiling. He was always happy, We loved him. The only thing that was missing from his life was a wife. He wanted to have that stability that Will and Kate had. He wanted to have the stability that he never saw in his parents' marriage. He was looking for his happily ever after. And he was looking for someone who was kind and beautiful and passionate and interested in all the same things that he was interested in. And so he met Meghan Markle, and with her being a narcissist, she was able to convince him that she is all of those things that he was looking for, because a narcissist will become whatever they perceive it is that their victim wants, and they will stay that way until they've got you well and truly trapped, until they can finally let the mask down. And one thing I noticed is that Meghan was behaving pretty well. She wasn't getting into nearly as much trouble until after Archie was born. So I think that by the time Archie was born, Meghan figures, okay, I've got him now. I've got the thumb screws on him. I've got him married. I've given him a baby. He's not going anywhere. I've got him. The mask can finally drop. Thank God, because having to keep that mask on all the time is exhausting for them. It is exhausting for them. So after she's got him tied down, finally the mask drops off. And that's when all this chaos starts. So right now I'm thinking, hey, Harry's life, is falling apart right now. And he has no idea why. He's lost Will and Kate. He's lost his home. He's had to move out of Kensington Palace, which is where he grew up with his mother. He loved living there. He had to move out of there because of Meghan. He's having to leave his country because of Meghan. And he's thinking to himself, oh my God, what the hell has happened? Why is this happening to me? Well, Harry, the reason this has happened to you is because you married a narcissist. You didn't know she was a narcissist when you married her. You may still not know that she's a narcissist. But in my opinion, as the survivor of a relationship with a narcissist, you are married to a narcissist. And the reason your life is falling apart is because that's what narcissists do. They destroy people's lives. They destroy families. They destroy careers. Everything they touch turns to crap. And that's what's happening to Harry right now, and he doesn't know why. So right now, Harry's trying to figure out what's going on. So right now, why is he staying? Well, because even though his life is falling apart, and even though he can probably see that it is related to his relationship with Meghan, when you are with a narcissist, in your mind, you always go back to that love bombing stage. And the reason that you always go back to that love bombing stage is because these people are so good at convincing you that you are exactly what they want, that you are this good, kind, beautiful, giving, loving, generous person, that by the time the mask comes off, you're willing to make excuses for them. Oh, well, she's just having a bad day. Oh, well, it was a bad day at work. Oh, well, maybe it's her time of the month. You're always making excuses for why you less and less and less see the person that you first fell in love with, because that person that you first fell in love with disappears slowly over time. And the reason for that is because that person never existed. That's what's called the narcissistic mask. That's what they put on to lure you in. And they keep that mask on as long as they have to. And then once that mask comes off, that's when all the lives around them start to fall apart. Because that's who they really are. They really weren't that person that you met. That was an act. That was a trap to lure you in. And for Harry, it worked. It worked for me. It worked for a whole bunch of people out there. And if you want to see how that can happen to somebody, go ahead and start with my video number 1, and you can see it progress, because what I'm doing there is I am just telling in my diary how it happened to me. And narcissists, that's what they are. They're destroyers. They are emotional vampires. They lead people into despair. And the only way, as with any abusive relationship, Harry is going to be saved is for him to get out of this relationship. But he's still, at this time, remembering that love bombing and hoping that it'll go back to how it was in the beginning. Because in the beginning with a narcissist, you think that you've found your soulmate. You think that things are so wonderful, that you've met the love of your life. And so he's not willing to give that up easily. He's not willing to give up that illusion, because the narcissist is so convincing that Harry absolutely believes that he met the woman of his dreams, and the reason everything is falling apart, it's not really because of her, it's because of everybody else's reaction to her. And of course, she plays the victim and he's believing it. So until things become too unbearable, or until he is forced to make some type of a choice, he's going to be stuck in that relationship. My understanding is that there's a big meeting on Monday to iron out what's going to happen with Harry and Meghan. I hope this is not that choice that they're forcing him to make. If it is the choice that he's having to make right now, I hope that he makes the correct choice and leaves that woman and just lets her do what she wants with her life, goes back to his family, and heals. Samantha Markle, she said it. She tried to warn him. She said, don't let this woman into your family. She will destroy it. And she was absolutely right. But that's the thing when you are involved with a narcissist. They are so good at manipulating your emotions. They are so good at covering up who they really are. They are so good at their lies that they have you convinced that they are who they put themselves out to be. And you hearing from someone else that they are not really that person, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it until you see it. And then in hindsight, you'll say, oh my gosh, why didn't I listen to that person? Well, the reason you didn't listen to that person is because right now you are being handled by a master manipulator. So I think right now what we need to do is pray for Prince Harry, because he is involved right now and probably doesn't even know it with a very evil, manipulative, dangerous type of personality disorder. So I'm going to pray that he escapes from this abusive relationship, that he is able to mend the fences with his family, and that he's able to heal from it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my video. If so, please like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you'll know when I put up new content. Thank you. Bye-bye.